No, you can totally call me an asshole. That's the only role you can about that. You can have that. That role's
Dylan,
good.
you piece of shit.
Yeah. No. I'm too good looking to be a piece of shit.
That's what makes me laugh.
That's the funniest thing that guy knows.
I shouldn't say his name, but it's.
Alright, so I'm Dylan Weston. Welcome to the After Mic.
Woo! Yeah!
Right?
Our show after the show.
Alright, well I tried to start.
show.
See, I tried to start. Look at me looking at the camera.
Oh, you're such
We're
a
here at
attention.
Lava Lounge.
We're here at the Lava Lounge. Why did I forget it? I'm not drunk this time. We're at the Lava Lounge with
I think it's a mistake.
alright.
What, did we just name the comics that aren't here?
Neil Kumar is not
Alright,
here.
so
Andy Picaro.
alright.
You said the comics that are not here, not the
Alright.
non-comics that are here.
Wow. Well, you were a Paul Provenza vibe to him. He wasn't successful. He did open mics in Pittsburgh. He would beat you.
That's Andy. That's Andy. And then
Andy who?
Andy, it doesn't matter.
Andy.
Spell it right,
Picaro.
motherfucker.
Bump your
It's
Twitter.
on. It's also you can go to Club Cafe on July 5th at 10:30, and then at Andy Picaro.
I won't be there.
Okay.
Now get the plugs out of the way.
What will you be doing, Dylan?
July 5th?
Yes.
My, July 6th
Now you're learning on
July
the mic.
6th is my brother's birthday, and July 4th is July 4th, so I might be just like real chilling, real hard between
Real chill.
them.
Unless
Chill,
your brother
really
died.
That doesn't count.
So to my right is Mike Sasson that doesn't know that he should introduce himself. Go ahead.
Hi,
dude.
Mike.
Hi, I'm Mike Sasson.
Yeah, all right.
Annette, what do you want?
Does anybody else
Twitter.
think about the fact that like four of us know each other? Then I don't know a few people in this circle.
Yeah, we should introduce yourself. Introduce yourself, kid.
I'm David Maynard.
No.
Too late.
We're trying to focus on a
The
group.
ball's rolling already. Now we got him
No.
down. They got to do the rest of them.
All right. Okay.
Hi there, Marky Nos.
Brandon Shell.
Christian Sinemo.
Oh, I can't.
You all know who it is. It's your boy in Insect. Big ups to the swarm.
We are here.
Glad to see you. We're here. The after mic.
Those T-shirts are not going to sell very.
What about the ones that say there's nuts on them? Brought to you by Pittsburgh Stand Up. That's you can find it on Twitter. That's at PGH Stand Up.
I didn't know Twitter had an N in it. Hi, I'm Travis Walling, and I am an
As
asshole.
is a birthday boy.
Alright, so
There you go.
Yeah,
Birthday.
it is my 45th birthday today.
is it really?
No, 33rd.
Spending it with you.
Alright, so first things first, follow at PGH Stand Up at Dylan_Weston. Everybody else plug their own, right?
Yeah, close enough.
Alright,
Let's do it
at
again.
Marky
Yeah,
Nos.
it'll be on YouTube, everybody.
Alright.
Just look at the thing
This is
right
what we're
under
gonna
this
do
thing you're
first.
watching right now,
Yeah.
and all our Twitter names will
If
be
you don't
there.
follow me tonight, you're not getting up there. So you better.
Alright, yo, guys,
Okay, Dylan, go.
what makes you guys laugh? What makes you
Wow,
laugh?
well, now that was a great setup to the question. Just right into it.
Wow, I've never seen Travis on. He's like, okay, guys, I'm just being a bitch.
Well, let me.
Let him.
I like how your version of Travis being on was just Pridmore's version of.
Alright, why is the camera not on?
Before we
It's Archie's place.
before we get into that topic, what is this podcast exactly?
It's called
No. Because I watched the last.
What exactly
I
am we
watched-
taking part in?
I watched the last.
Christ,
I watched,
Brian Williams.
I watched the last one, and
You
I'm
did?
still
'Cause I
not
didn't.
exactly sure what this is all about.
It's called the After Mic, you know? It's like we're a bunch of comics.
And it's called that because Mike Sass is on.
Yo, what? I didn't know what was so
After
funny about
mic.
it. It's called the After
Next year
Mic.
after your
It's after the mic.
Thank
A
you.
bunch of
The
comics
fatal
hanging
one.
out, talking about whatever, talking about
Oh,
My
my
eventual
that's a
fatal
good-
one that will release me from
And
the
I,
spell known as this.
That is like okay, that's good.
So, what makes you guys laugh?
So, yeah, we can't talk right now. You are
Hey,
making me
Travis,
laugh.
what makes you laugh, dude?
That's a good
What
question.
kind of comedy do you like, man?
It's a lot of really weird, random stuff. I like I can remember like about 5 times in my life, like laughing so hard that I can't breathe. And one of them was like the South Park movie, and another one was Gilbert Gottfried appearance on the Howard Stern show, and just a very really weird random things make me laugh. What about you?
Any instance that would make you laugh so hard that you'd stop breathing forever?
Hey,
Just die from comedy, you say.
What about you, Ian?
He just said
Yeah,
he wished he
Travis's death would make
yes,
him laugh.
exactly.
That's
He
what
wished it on me.
Yeah,
Andy?
literally, you only get one funny
Andy.
thing per person. That's how many people
To me,
we have
first
there.
of all, the funniest thing is the fact that Travis took that question so seriously.
Hey, if I don't,
That's the
who will?
funniest thing I've seen recently tonight. I don't know. I don't.
Just burn everyone.
I think that it's most fun to sit around and make fun of people. I think stand-up's kind of boring. It's just a guy talking.
Oh,
In a
God.
group,
Oh, you're not
yelling
gonna
at
answer-
each other. It's
So you're not
fun.
going to answer the question?
No, yes, I think making fun of people with your friends, basically being cackling,
I think
sure.
that's so much more predominant in like the stand-up scene. How much everyone rags
No
on
one
each
laughs
other.
harder than when you're with your friends.
Yeah.
The funniest shit in the world isn't funnier than being with your friends.
Jackass.
Well, I mean, I think Travis already put the South Park movies one, and I think we can all agree that's the
Well-
funniest thing that's ever happened.
Hey, that was 18. What do you want?
That was a great movie.
Sash, what about you, man? Mike Sash, what do you like to laugh at?
Just awkwardness, just the just things that I guess when things just aren't supposed to, something that's just weird and like that kind of stuff. I love it like at a mic when just someone says something and just the whole audience just fucking just goes just like, oh my god, what did we do? That's the stuff that I love. Like the stuff that's planned, like that I've seen all you guys do. That's fine and funny and everything like that. But the best is when something just spurts out of your mouth that just isn't, and then just everyone's just horrified. That's the shit that's just fucking beautiful. Shut the fuck up, you fucking piece of shit.
Actually, trying to do comedy? That's not funny. No. It's when you yell at someone.
Passing call.
Yeah, it's my ex.
Bane.
No, but like you're like okay. The thing is, again, fine. When you do your thing, I like it. It's funny. But the thing that I really laugh at and go nuts about is when someone says something and you just go off on them because they say something off, and then you go off kilter and you go off the rails. That's fucking funny. Sorry, I didn't fucking check with you first. What I was supposed to fucking say. Son of a bitch.
Dylan, you had
Oh, like that.
Yeah, that was fucking funny. Did you ever want to laugh?
Hilarious.
Yeah. Not like the baby shower bit. It's fucking.
Dylan,
That's
you-
a golden shower.
Speaking of that, have you
We've
been
all
to a baby
taken
shower recently?
Wackiness.
Dylan, I noticed you haven't derailed anything yet. These cards told us you would.
You asshole, Dylan.
I guess, someone's got
I didn't read these cards yet.
You know?
It says
But,
It says anything
Read the
humorous,
rules.
don't say.
Your co-host just put it into the camera like 5 minutes ago, so that rule's broken already.
Mike's don't mention them.
Oh, fair enough.
When Mike Sasson after you said that, that's why it's funny. The first thing, like you got on stage today, and you were like, "I'm that guy that doesn't care if you laugh," and then you just said, like how you love it when you just didn't want them to like you.
Let's just open our mics.
Today I didn't.
Yeah, Mike Sasson's like,
Today I didn't.
"I'm that guy. Don't laugh at me."
I said
and they
I'm
did
like-
it. And they did.
Of course, because I sat there and because I started. I tried. At least it was the first time I'd ever done it. Bye. Hope you die, you
Bye,
bastard.
everybody. Should we mention?
Mike Sasson is the weirdest comedy outlooks. Like,
He's Harry.
I'm going to comedy to not make
Harry,
him
Harry,
laugh.
everybody.
But yeah, but
But
it
it
works.
works.
Thank you.
Harry Dillon.
Harry Gillen, make it
Wait, wait,
appearance.
wait. For real, what's Harry's last name? Gillen?
There you
Gillian.
go. That's how you derail.
What is it?
Gillian with
You asshole.
But I
Gillian
think,
with the
I
lady.
think you actually make an excellent point.
Is he the
And,
only one without
like, it's
Twitter?
not that you shouldn't write stuff. It's that it
Nah,
should
fuck
come
Twitter.
a little more naturalistic. It should seem like you're trying to, like, I mean, it's always been that way
He's
since,
on it,
like,
come on.
you know, ever.
The beginning of time.
No, beginning
Caveman
of
comedy
stand-up.
right there.
Yeah.
Beginning of stand-up.
But the juicy
Wow.
stuff, the stuff is when it's a unique to that place where something goes haywire, especially since we watch all our own bits so many times that it does become something like, okay, this is Andy, this is Ian's, this is whatever. But when you when someone says something, the audience forces you, the venue forces you to go in a completely different direction. That's what makes me laugh. That's when when we are sitting there going, oh, that was a great set by Andy, all that stuff.
I like new material that doesn't work yet, but it works with the comics.
Because you have the balls to say it. That's the cool part.
Well, no,
yeah.
it's just you know that it's funny.
Material never
You know that it's funny, but it might not ever work. But it's probably one of the funniest things you ever thought.
Well,
of.
like your
but it might not ever work.
like your child porn thing.
Yes.
That was good. I like that. I like
like
that.
that.
You had
Like-
balls to stand in front of an audience and sit there and say, "This is a way we could make child porn legal."
No,
I
wait,
like that.
I'm sorry. You're gonna have to specify
I feel
which
like
child
now
porn
we have
thing.
to talk.
Yeah, he does like a half-hour bit. I know.
A little bit longer.
Plus the charges.
The premise is that porn should be. You should have kiddie porn because if it was like kid songs, like the show that was back in the 90s, if it was made
It was
by
porn
kids,
for kids.
produced by kids,
Yeah.
sold by kids to other kids,
Yeah.
just keep it in the kids.
Yeah.
Once an adult buys it, illegal.
Yeah.
I'm not saying legalize it for adults. I'm saying make it legal for if the kids want to do it.
Like if a 12-year-old boy wants to have sex with a 12-year-old girl, videotape it
That's-
for other 12-year-olds.
If it stays within the 12-year-olds,
Yeah, I get it.
I'm
And
fine
I like
with
that.
it.
It's a
And we
nice
could even
stuff.
separate it like football, like this.
There's divisions.
Hey guys,
Going off on tangents.
He's
You asshole.
he's saying you're boring, so liven it up here, guys.
Oh, with the ball.
Yeah, after my
You guys
podcast,
don't
we
know-
endorse child
Yo,
porn.
You guys want to know
That's
what I
another
think?
question.
Hey,
Yeah.
what I think's funny?
What?
Yo, like when people get really mad. Like when you're messing with people and they get so mad. Like, I want to do this
Are people
like,
mad at you often? That's-
like when you're watching. I think Jackass.
You try to
hilarious.
make people
when
mad?
like yeah, and then they get really mad, and I'm just like, then back of my mind, I'm like, I win.
I don't know if it's been talked about yet, but I don't know if the incident with Colin Chamberlain has been talked about, where he
When
got
the
a
guy pulled a knife out on him.
guy pulled a knife
What?
on him
Where?
at Beer Hive. He was at Beer Hive, and
He's
somebody-
like the
and we're all familiar with Colin's bits, and he has that bit about being going to Oakland and being affiliated with a lot of Asians.
Yeah.
And he likes Asian culture, and he mentions Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2. This Asian man pulls something out of his pocket and gets spinning his finger, and all of a sudden a blade appears. Colin had no idea what to do. Just said, I guess that's my time. Guy immediately got up.
Literally, that's my time. I'm about to stab you.
And he's just going to die right
You
on
gotta
the
grab a
stage.
stool.
I don't. I mean,
You don't have
I
a
saw
knife?
Was
that
it big?
happen,
Was the Asian a big dude?
and
No,
I
he
think
was
he
just
did
a-
the exact
Dude, if he
opposite
would've
of what
fought
he
it-
should have done.
Yeah.
He should have like walked inches from the guy and just been like, clearly the guy was not going to physically assault him with a knife.
You sure
And I
about-
mean, yeah.
I would've
come on,
fought
heart
him.
attack, man.
All right.
The guy
would've
left
fought.
immediately.
Like I think actually sitting next to Travis is a good point, counterpoint. I mean, this is such a stupid thing to say, but danger, it's not funny, but danger is awesome to be in a dangerous situation. If you can get
I lived
yourself,
in
like
Harlem.
Dylan's saying, if you can get yourself into a dangerous situation as a
Physically, though?
Sure.
Yeah, man.
Doing stand
Dude, getting in fights.
And it's a great bit.
Isn't it Jim Jeffries? Isn't
Well,
that-
I think it
Yeah.
all depends on your intention. I don't think I've ever wanted to make people angry more than I want to make them laugh.
Yeah.
I think I prefer they sit there and laugh.
I don't like. I was the guy in the
set
back
out
of the room
to do
that like
but
got
one of the
so
greatest
excited
situations.
when
It's
the-
like Sassen saying these
I'm
situations don't
drowning.
happen, like because you force them. The magic
No,
and the
those can
beauty
be-
and the
yeah.
spontaneity
I'm
of
saying,
these
like-
situations is in the unplanned nature of them.
Yeah.
And if you find yourself in that situation, here's what I'm saying: if you find yourself on a path towards that situation or somewhere where that's going to happen, don't shy away.
Well, no, I
is
agree
what
with
I'm
you.
saying.
I thought you were saying in general. You can
No,
make
don't
fun
say.
of
I'm
go
the
to
last
bad
person.
neighborhoods.
I'm Mr. fucking Thought Police, Mr. Don't Offend Anyone, make all my humor like the least offensive, corniest shit ever. So,
But have you ever had a
Yeah,
knife
really?
pulled on you?
no, I sort of wish. 'Cause
Yeah.
I
I came at me
I
with a
can't
fork.
imagine that you can like
A
pinpoint
fork?
how you would
Yeah.
react if somebody pulled a knife
Well,
on
I mean,
you.
comedy related. a guy
Wait,
came
by
at me with-
myself
Like a-
or by someone
Like a
else?
wait, a fork?
Yeah, dinner fork.
Yeah, I
They,
caught.
he had a dinner fork and a butter knife, but the fork
Was he a
on.
cartoon
I was
cannibal?
What happened was, he was Irish.
Oh.
And I said he was English. He was in the crowd, and I said something about, oh, we'll go back to Britain or whatever. And he's like, I'm from Ireland. And I was like, we all serve the
My
Queen,
fans
don't you?
not
And then, he got so fucking mad, and then I got like three more jokes out, and he's just standing in front of the stage with the fucking 4 gold drunks, the Irish dude, like from Ireland.
An angry drunk Irish guy?
Yeah. No, but he was,
What?
but he
That
was
doesn't
not, did he have like a little? It wasn't like he was a redheaded fireman. He was like Ireland, like
I
he
just
lived in
looked over
Dublin,
at the
but-
monitor to make sure that like the camera's looking.
It is.
So that's the only
Honestly,
time I was
it
on.
really
That's
should be
literally the time I was
on
on.
Dylan and
felt
nobody
threatened
else.
on
But
stage.
yeah, and I'm not even saying
And
that
everyone
that's
laughed
funny.
when I said that you all served the queen.
I think it's funny.
I mean, I'm not even saying that shit like that's funny, like trying to get into a bad situation or a dangerous situation. I don't necessarily find it funny. I find it exhilarating as someone behind the mic. You know, I don't try and be contentious. I mean, literally, I feel like so far everyone has said that the unplanned stuff, making people mad, creating awkward situations, seeing these things happen, seeing these jokes that don't go well but
Yeah,
are written
I
well.
don't think so.
I
This water.
love just planned comedy. Someone that has written something that was intended to be funny and executed it well, like
I
a
hate
great
it.
one-liner.
I fucking hate it.
Like,
I
love
absolutely
written
I
don't like
gotta
it.
be honest, I'm not a huge fan. I sometimes I wonder why people like it. I think I like who I like. And that's like, you know, like a list of like 10,
Louis.
15 guys.
Louis.
Yeah, like
Louis.
yeah, exactly. Louis, Bill Burr, you know, like they're people that I find
Well, that's
like
still
John Mulaney
planned.
and
That's
stuff.
still planned, right?
But
Well, no. I was just going off. I'm just saying, like, they're the exceptions to the rule. Like, for the most part, I feel like stand-up's better when
I don't
it's
think
short.
Louis
I like
writes-
showcases. Like, if I was going to go to a show, I'd rather see 6 comics that are as good as each other than 2 opening acts or a featured and opening, and then
I like
headliner.
seeing a
it. I
comic
like
play
showcases.
off the crowd.
I like seeing 7 or 8 good comics.
But on the topic, I mean, if you're going to say some stuff that's kind of edgy, shouldn't you expect that backlash as soon as you go out there knowing you're going to probably piss somebody off?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
that's
think-
part of the game, I would
But if you're
think.
good enough, and none of us here, at least, I mean, like Bill Burr did the bit where I forget the bit, but he felt the audience against him. Like it's one of his
It's
things.
all
where
how you word.
he sat there and he says, "Oh my gosh, I can feel it right now. You're all," and he was able to build himself back and get the audience back.
He trashed-
It's
all about committing.
It was when he talked about.
It's all
hitting-
about committing.
It's okay to
Dude,
If you
Okay,
commit to it,
regardless.
he's not going to back down. They've been doing it for so long.
It was about the comment of men can. It's never okay to hit a woman. When he said that, and he said
Yeah.
that's not true, and that's it's just something like that. And
No fucking reason.
But he's
right?
still
Yeah.
committed. Like that's the thing. As long as you commit and keep doing it, like Steve
Look what he did
Marshall.
with Trash and Philly.
Watching Steve Marshall.
He tore Philly
yeah.
apart,
Then he has, like,
and they had them
This
cheering
all
by
goes
the end
back
of
to
it.
Lenny Bruce anyhow. I mean, he's sitting there running off a litany of just shitty racial epithets, and you know, then he centers back on himself, you know, using derogatory terms for everyone in the crowd, and he's saying like, "Oh, that's okay, because they're the waiters," you know, and I'm just up here working for you. It's like, as long as and being edgy and all that, but I feel like it's just been so cheapened now. Like how many hack open micers walk up and they're just like, "Here's my rape joke, here's
Yeah.
my racial joke." It's like people put it is a cart before the horse thing. Like I'm gonna be offensive first and funny second.
Well, I don't know. I think I always want to be funny first, and if it happens to be offensive, it's offensive. If it's not, it's not.
But I'm not saying you.
No, I'm saying. Why I was just saying the always. I think that everyone's a little different. No, not even you couldn't pick 2
Not
comics
always.
that
I
are the
said
same
how
anyway.
many?
Oh, how many?
How many from our own
Yo, when's the last
observations?
time you guys got laid?
Man.
Well, I medically cannot get laid at the moment, so that's the honest to God truth.
What is today?
What?
Hand count?
What? Like, wait, why?
We're back to me. I talk about that heart thing I have, and I can't like do any. I literally can't exercise. Like they said, don't exercise.
You can't just lay there.
Well, I could.
Can you masturbate?
It sounds like the
Without-
worst
without
thing.
That
ever.
is damn. Yeah, I'm
Only
literally
if you
like,
pay me.
dude, Travis, why are you not upset?
I don't really care that much,
Oh,
to be
okay.
honest. I mean, I got laid enough. It is gonna sound really stupid,
Yeah.
but I got laid enough. What do I
That
give a
sounded
fuck?
really stupid. I got laid enough.
I'm done for the rest of my
I'm
life.
out.
I think me and Travis mentally are on the same thing.
No.
But before you go,
I'm enjoying regular sex, but when there's time periods in my life where I don't have it, I also enjoy
Yeah.
like not being around any other human being.
Now Dylan is a different case
And
because
masturbating
I mean,
Well, I
look,
don't know.
well, Dylan, look at the. So,
Dylan doesn't even have to try.
Well, see,
Yeah, I
No way.
I don't believe it.
Comparatively speaking, no.
I used to be able to
I don't even know
manufacture.
what it's like
I
to
gotta
try.
fucking. Dude, do you understand
But,
how hard it is?
What's the longest you've gone without being late in the last 10 years, do you think?
How many hours has it been?
Roughly around lunch.
Oh my god, who are It's been too
yeah,
long.
when you
No, dude, it's been like, I haven't won like a month, man.
November of 2013.
What?
November of
Wait.
2013.
That's the
Just
last
pay someone.
Yeah, just get her some box.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah, just get a box with like a fucking
How
phone
much-
in it.
I don't even know how to go about that. Do I go on Craigslist? Like,
Yeah.
No, back pages.
Back page I use.
Yo, Andy knows.
Is it the one that say, oh,
He said
sensual
it's not
massage?
too long.
Andy said bits about prostitutes he's picked up, so he knows.
Marky Nas says he can beat that. Go ahead.
Hand me some business cards after the show.
Who do you use?
July 6, 2012.
Ooh.
Was it your brother, Dylan?
Wait.
Was it your brother?
That fucked my
July
life.
6, 2012?
Oh, dude! You fucked
Did he
my
have
brother on
one
his
too many
birthday!
margaritas?
That's why he was so happy on his birthday that day. Why would I say that shit?
Marky says to anybody with the best of them. That's all we're saying here.
Oh.
Can I bring up something random now too? That last podcast you did you really not know what that Malaysian airline was all about?
I still don't.
How do you?
Ignorance
Is
is
he
bliss,
being-
man.
is he being
Ignorance
for real?
Some people don't
Dylan
watch
doesn't know
the news, man.
And I don't think you care.
How do you not know about that?
Well, I know something bad happened.
Do you watch TV?
It crashed.
No,
they
I
don't
don't
know
watch
where it is,
cable.
and then Stan
I have
wasted
cable,
2
like
months.
so many.
There
channels.
wasn't occurrence.
It has to do with 9/11 and the
And
Sandy
do the
Hook
rock
shooting.
away.
That's all we heard about.
Wait, what? Alright,
You're
wait.
close.
Are we gonna? I don't want to do the same topic again.
Hey, I just want to say that I very much enjoyed being a guest on the
Yeah.
After Mike podcast.
Yeah.
And I have to take off and thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
Andy Picaro in July 5th at 10:30 Club Cafe.
Andy
Plug your
Picard.
Twitter, man.
And my Twitter, Andy Picarro at Andy Picaro on Twitter. It's just my name. So find my name out, and then that's ready to Twitter.
Cool.
Thank you guys. Have
Hell
a
yeah.
Andy, before you dip, could you grab me another Cosmo, please?
No.
Put it on my
I don't know
tab.
how to
Just grab
cleverly
it.
say no. Just and bring it back here.
Yeah.
No. So I'll see all you guys later. Thank you for having me.
Bye,
Andy.
Andy.
No. Got him. That's the one.
As a white male, he has the power and authority to say no.
Good night.
Makes sense.
Thank you.
That's what we call grown man shit right there. He made a choice.
How's that grown? How's anything anyone's doing in this
I
little
thought I
particular
had-
realm grown man shit?
I just missed his whole exit and
This all speaks of
Tell the jokes like adults.
arrested development and latency periods. Arrested development makes me laugh.
Does it?
Not
Yes.
the 4th season.
Never
as
watched
much.
it.
what's everyone's favorite TV series?
Favorite.
Breaking Bad.
I just watched
Breaking
Breaking
Bad.
Bad takes the cake for
the
me.
guy, the Dusty Dodge guy, the guy that lives in the woods in Tycoon History Channel.
I think it's too early to call, but Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
Rick and Morty's a
I've
funny
never watched
show.
it.
That's a
But
great show.
Bring it back to Breaking Bad. I don't know. I'm not too hip on TV
Fantastic.
series.
Oh.
But was there any other TV series where you were rooting so hard for a guy at the beginning and at the end you just wanted him to die? It was one of a kind as far as it goes. I mean, I don't know any series where it literally went
Who's the
from
boss?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted Tony Danza dead.
Wheel of Fortune. We all wanted Pete Jackson.
on the new whatevers, but I mean, really, probably best. If you're gonna talk best, it probably is something as simple as like, well, no one said best. You said favorite, didn't you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
What's your
really,
favorite, Ian? What's one show that you're always going to throw down to watch?
He's nuts.
You say throw
An
down like
American
he's gonna
original.
beat someone up in marathon run.
Throw down everything he's doing. That's what I meant.
Oh, I'll go comedy chops. I watch and rewatch Fry and Laurie or Mitchell and Webb, Mighty Boosh, all that BBC bullshit.
Mighty Boosh is good.
Mighty
I
Boosh.
love that shit.
That's
But
good
also,
stuff.
I mean, like, my point is, and I'm looking to you because clearly I'm being ageist here.
Okay.
Stuff like Seinfeld. I mean, like,
I was
we
gonna say
forget about it.
I was gonna say
Classic.
Seinfeld, but I just didn't want to seem like the old lame
Because
guy.
like, how many
I
times have
love
we watched it?
Seinfeld.
It's like in our freaking veins.
Every
think
time
mine's
that show
Curb.
is on, I marvel
Curb Your
at how good it
Enthusiasm.
is.
Yeah,
I marvel.
yeah, it's timeless.
I like
I think
I
yeah,
don't think you can.
It's
I
all
don't
I think
think
Curb
you
takes the
look
cake
at
over
Always
Always
Sunny.
Sunny.
Always Sunny, just in a row, no matter
But
what.
I
it's at.
legitimately like don't watch TV.
No?
No,
I don't have
I watch
cable.
Netflix.
I'm so happy that I don't have
I
cable.
watch a lot of YouTube.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like
What's
what?
your favorite YouTube series?
I like to watch. I literally
The
just like to watch
Afterlife
music.
podcast?
Like I like to watch like live bands. I watch myself as much as I can.
Not a
I'm
joke.
actually-
Not a joke.
I actually have my own channel where I
Dylan,
upload
you should check
videos
out
of
my
myself.
YouTube. I have some great videos. We have Woods Madness 1, 2, and 3, Lobster Lobby seasons 1, 2, and 3, the PBJ Nightmare series. That's a plug.
Hey,
Constructsnunchucks.com, CONSTRUXNUNCHUX.com.
Oh
You watch my
boy.
backyard wrestling on YouTube.
Watch that
The
again.
rest of the Pens Initiative family.
I would love to watch your backyard wrestling.
I just rewatch.
Hell yeah.
I rewatch my vines.
Evil Shira all day. Your brother's a good man.
Your nude
I
vine.
didn't see your mind.
You masturbate in the mirror, don't you?
Yeah, your 8 seconds of you jerking off
I
to
just
yourself,
don't even like
watching
myself
yourself.
that much.
Grim Rotherford.
That's his vine. It's 8 seconds of him watching himself jerking off. to
Mike,
himself.
I'm not joking. Mike, I'm not joking. Apparently, he is nude a lot on his vines. Like
Those will be
Pridmore,
vines I will.
Pridmore,
He
John
doesn't
Pridmore,
have
a
a
gay
penis,
comic, told me that.
Yeah, dude. Pridmore said on Twitter, he's like,
That's pretty funny.
you get naked.
I'm just letting the people know who John Pridmore is.
That's what he said. All right, you're right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. You were saying.
I don't know. Just Pridmore was like on stage. He's like, I don't know. It was here. He was like, you get naked. I saw your Twitter.
That is a fantastic Pridmore
That is a
impression, by the way.
fantastic.
Yeah.
If he lived in the hood for like 20 years, got all sassy.
He's like, nah, you get naked, son.
Dylan just channeled his inner Rosie Perez.
Yeah, so it's,
Dude, I have no idea what any of these.
We all
references
knew.
are. I have no fucking idea.
I did, and that
I know
was
like
good enough.
4
damn
people.
it.
Obama.
No one was just too busy slaying Southside pussy to care about anything we're talking about right now.
Yeah. If it wasn't in a 19-year-old freaking Duquesne snooted snatch,
I don't know who you're talking about. Yo, fuck Duquesne girls.
Right?
you do.
Yo, this is the weirdest thing because it's like I'm getting like bashed for getting laid.
The Duquesne Science.
It's like, oh, we don't just get laid. It's like,
Okay. You have no plight in your life to talk about on stage. Everything's going great for you, Dylan.
that's what I'm talking now.
Dylan talking to
Even
the
on stage,
starving
like, my life
artist.
is awesome. I get fucked constantly. I get paid to do what I love. Things are great
I
right now.
found a turtle.
I really
That's my comedy. It's my favorite joke.
the word plight.
I talk about a
The
turtle.
word plight is
I'm
like
so fucking dumb.
I take that.
really plight. You have plight.
I use the plight. Yeah.
Just don't get laid and
Yo, did you
I'm
guys?
fat and I wore a purple shirt. It's my plight.
Yeah, we're all sitting in a bar at 1 in the morning, freaking shooting the shit. Our lives aren't that. Yeah, there's people that are going to work in 2 hours, fucking doing horrible things, and we're all
people
like,
that-
"I'm sick. I'm drinking."
There's people that haven't eaten in days, and we're still like, man, it's so rough not getting laid every 5 days. It sucks.
Oh, you think
It's back.
You're last.
No, that's yours.
Me and Buzz have real conversations. We don't get laid. We're like
Secret podcast conversation.
podcast. Yo,
If there's
do you
one
guys-
thing Ian Inzek knows, it's mugging.
Do you guys?
I'm not that
Mugging
kind of mugging.
and herpes. Mugging that herpes.
All right, host Dylan Weston, what's next on the agenda?
Let her say her piece.
Let her say something.
I literally am the worst host because I don't know any topics.
Well,
Well, no, like what happened? Hey guys,
Podcast.
what happened? Hey, fuck you, fuck. Yo,
I love the character you're building for this session. I hate life.
I don't hate life. I'm just fucking sitting there going, I have no comments and don't think of anything. Wow, people really want to listen to 40 minutes of that.
Hey, is that a bug walking across the floor? Let me pay attention to that instead of everybody else.
In all fairness, Dylan Weston is like someone fed a Cocker Spaniel a Red Bull.
I like that
Dude,
one.
Cocker
All right.
Spaniel's good looking dog.
I can see that.
He gets laid constantly.
I'll tell you. I was
I
talking.
mean, if he was neutered.
I was talking to another comedian when I was at Pleasure. We instantly got on 9/11 conspiracy theories. How does everybody feel about that? 'Cause that's a conversation that can go for hours. Like, come on, dude, you know Bush had some justification.
We've all listened to the Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
No shit. No shit.
Dylan, where do you want to
Dylan
take
just doesn't care.
I don't give a shit. You know what
I
I
would
mean?
like to share a story.
No, yeah, Mark, let me hear your story. Because all my stories are just
I
like.
think he just called you Mike.
According to the rules, if you tell a story, don't use names unless the person you're talking about won't mind you doing so.
Yeah, that way I don't have to bleep it
Keep
out.
that in mind.
fucking baked.
One time, my friend Abraham Lincoln and I.
Ad hoc
Too
rules.
soon, bro. Too soon.
Easy on the name.
Not that Abraham.
Mark, you
Lincoln.
tell me a story.
Let's hear that
This one will
story.
fall under
Tell you
Tales
a
of the
story.
South Side.
Go ahead.
Tales of the South.
Go ahead, Mark.
But
Mark, you tell the stories.
Not that Abraham.
we were standing around towards the end of this open mic.
Anyone.
Outside, a shoeless guy with covered in face tattoos walks up and says, trade you Laffy Taffy for a cigarette. And I watched.
That happened. I was there. I left immediately because that was the sign of the apocalypse. You know.
I watched.
Did anyone eat the Laffy Taffy?
Fuck, he gave it to Rob. Rob was trying to talk him out of eating it.
So somebody wasted taffy is what we're getting upon about. This is fucking I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
But Rob
Someone
Tedesco,
wasted Laffy too. We're sitting here trying to make some.
he engaged this guy. He gave him a cigarette.
Guy engaged to the guy? What?
Yo, I hate when people wear jerseys.
Dylan, do you know what Laffy Taffy is?
Let's get back on that point, Dylan. What do you have against people
That's
who
wrong.
wear jerseys?
How many of you in this group right now got your start with jokes from memorizing the insides of Laffy Taffy wrappers?
Obviously, all of us.
Mine was good humor popsicle sticks.
Yeah.
I've eaten
Clearly
so many
not
of those
good.
candies, but I do not know a single joke.
That's obvious.
I burned through them so fast.
I've never heard you say before in my life.
You set him up, you knock him down. No, I'm a dick.
I love Ian's freaking impression of all of us as the same guy. Apparently, in his mind, we all have some sort of degenerative nerve disease.
That's,
Mike Jackson. How you doing?
that's not just in my mind.
We're all Andrew Dice Clay who had a stroke.
Oh, that's a good character.
We've all done that character.
Okay,
That's mine. Boom. I'm
We're all
taking
being
that.
turned to house right now.
I did see a guy.
This dick is stuck in my cock.
I did see a guy do gay dice play the one time. It was pretty fucking hilarious. That story went nowhere. I'm sorry.
But you didn't mention any names.
Yeah.
I said,
Andrew Dice
I
Clay.
said gay dice play,
Yeah, I don't think
which
Andrew Dice
he
Clay's gonna
goes by.
appreciate that.
That is his legal
Little
name.
Miss Muffin said, oh, it was Andrew Dice Clay having a stroke. Was
On stage.
Do you guys watch a lot of stand-up?
I tried to.
Not,
Yeah, I try to.
not really.
Not enough.
Do you?
So fucking boring.
Prior on the same strip was on Netflix.
Actually,
I
You just gotta record yourself more, man. And then
Yeah,
it'll be-
well, I just watch my vines and after you watch yourself.
Why am I not famous yet?
Yeah.
One that's
I'm a Z, the Z.
Well, I have. What's everyone's favorite new comedy albums? What are people?
Yeah.
albums?
Bill Cosby himself.
I like Tom
Yeah.
Segura's new one. I think it's pretty
Tom
fucking good.
Segura's is really good.
Who's that?
See, now I feel terrible because I don't know who that guy is. Now I feel I have to do homework.
Netflix, my brother. He's right on there.
Ari's one. His chill special was pretty awesome.
Ari.
Shafir.
Ari Dickey.
Ari Shafir.
I don't know who any of these people.
Yeah, seriously. It's the same thing.
I don't really listen to
Well,
stand-up.
here's the thing.
Krishna
Oh yeah, Chris,
Yeah.
It's ninth hour of comedy.
Yeah, pretty good.
Chris will be on this podcast next week. Or
We'll
not.
be running this
Big Christian
podcast.
Cinema fan. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like you talk about, like every time anyone sits there and talks about like comedy, I just feel like like you sit there. How much do you watch? I do because I'm that old jock. I do feel like I have to watch game film. Like I have to watch and learn and how the hell to do this. And so like every time somebody goes, "Oh, did you see Bob Schwartz mover his new
Yeah,
fucking?"
yeah.
And I'm just like, and you try to be cool, like, "Oh yeah."
Oh, seriously.
And then I'm just like, what the fuck? Then you know, then you do have to get in there, okay. And then he kind of sucks, and then you're just like, and next time you see him, like, did you see Bob, Laufenschmacher? I'm like, oh yeah, he was killer. And he was,
For a half hour.
For this,
Becomes a thing.
Sassy, can you grab me a Cosmo?
for this,
Why
I
can't you grab
can,
yourself a Cosmo?
you're actually closer to the Cosmo.
Yeah, we will play by
closest.
play your
Ian's
entire
smoking a
coming
cigarette. He
going
needs
and
a
coming
drink.
back
He
if you guys
doesn't-
do it.
You will,
closest
but
I
that's
will
just
to
because you
Cosmo.
can't focus.
I can't.
Wanna buy
anybody
me a
have
beer?
a pen?
I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
I think everyone here got
Are you just getting a drink order for everyone?
No.
I'll take
You guys talk amongst yourselves.
He's about to write a
I'm working
suicide
on
note
I'll
real
take
quick.
a Fresca.
Yo, I liked wrestling a lot. I miss wrestling.
Like the Attitude Era wrestling?
No,
People
I'm
still get
fucking
drinks.
WWE dumb shit.
Oh, you're talking about watching Olympic Kurt Angle style wrestling.
Yeah,
Backyard
yeah.
wrestling?
Kurt Angle's from my 11.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. What's Clarion?
You know a lot of things,
My
Mr.
parents
Weston.
went
I know a lot of things about
Back in
wrestling.
the day.
Tell me some more about wrestling.
You wrestle?
Yeah, dude, I wrestled for 14 years. It's my favorite sport. I
I
coached
think
for the
I'm-
last 2. I was really good, except my last year I didn't make weight. I fucking love it.
I think
It's
I asked you this
awesome.
question before, but I hear a rumor that when wrestling, your coach will literally tell you if you're down and out, stick your thumb in your opponent's butthole.
All right, first of all, what's wrong with that? Yeah, dude.
The opponent loves
No, I mean like. No,
You can't award locker
no,
room.
he hates it, so you can win, man. And it's really not. You don't have to be down and out.
Is it always like, what the fuck?
No, it's only, you don't have to be down and out. Like if the guy's in on the leg and you're trying to scoop around and get around him, and it's called a butt drag. And you like, and you fucking, and you come in, and you stick it in. Look at Mikey Nice, Marky Mouse, looking at me like, fuck, I'm
Is that
talking.
the first thing they teach you? All right, you're gonna shoot.
No, it's not the
And then you
first
just stick a thumb
Dude,
right
I
up
started when I
his
was
rectum.
5. I started when I was 5.
butthole.
I started when I was 5.
Dude,
Weird stuff happens when you want, like, we were playing Villanova my freshman year, and a guy fumbled a ball, and the guy basically, you saw it on film, the Villanova guy got it, and one of the guy on our team grabbed his nuts and twisted until he let go of the ball, and like it was in the pile, and then eventually like one of our guy on our own team put the ball up and like this, and the ref goes, "Okay, UConn ball." and our coaches were like, "Great job."
Yeah,
We won the game. We won like 14.
I used to like when you're in referee's position, one guy's on top, other guy's at the bottom, and he's trying to get out. And then as you start, sometimes you got like 5 seconds left, and you're trying to win the match and just hold him there. I would just grab his fucking skin, and he'd whistle like ah! And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
So every time you win a wrestling match, it's like you overcame a rape situation.
Yeah. I'm not rapeable. I'm fucking not rapeable.
Ah, damn it.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Travis, you couldn't do shit. And also, it was my junior high. It was junior high year, and I was wrestling this kid. He goes to cross-face me, like from like far away, and he did it like hard. He like hit it. And
I just want to do this so I look like Letterman.
He laughed. He did it. Yo, he did it, and then like I laughed. And then he did it again. I just fucking clamped down. I bit the shit out of this kid. And
That's not legal.
No, it was illegal as shit. He jumps up, he's like, ah! And then he shows the ref, and I'm just sitting on the other side of the match, just like, and then he's like, the ref comes in, he's like, you bit him, like.
No, for you not liking pro wrestling line, you emulate George Animal
the
Steel
kid's
a
like
lot.
bleeding. He's bleeding, and then I got my coach goes, "Did you bite him?" I'm like, no, he's an idiot. I don't know. I didn't bite him. Totally bit him so hard. I hope he watches this podcast.
I think you should have entrance music in any sort of wrestling. That would just cut everything out.
Yeah.
Do you
What
have
was your
entrance music?
entrance music be, Dylan?
What was your?
I was like too excited.
What would be your entrance music?
Just angels and airwaves.
That wasn't out when you were at your wrestling peak.
Kid Rock's
What was out at your wrestling peak?
Angels and airwaves.
No shit.
Yeah. They've been
Oh, don't worry about me.
2005, 2006.
Don't worry about me. I got my own drink.
Like a
And insects back
Yo,
on Mike.
you notice,
Not gonna
get up
notice when we started.
like a degenerate.
Mike, notice when we started talking about sports, though. Me, you know.
I'm in it, dude. Let's talk about some sports. Gregory Polanco.
You know what I fucking don't like? I don't like when people wear jerseys. First
Yeah,
of all,
I know,
first of all, are you Paul
So
Mullen?
I've heard.
Don't wear it.
Nah.
You're not him.
I'm gonna
And
go
also-
a little bit deeper on that. I
another
hate
thing
when
is-
people wear Steeler jerseys to Penguin games.
Oh yeah. I hate when you wear a jersey, unless you wear a jersey on Tuesday. Then you can listen, and then if you wear a jersey on Tuesday, that's fine. Then you can wear it Sunday. But if I don't wear a jersey ever, I'm not gonna. I'm going to support him as me, with my hair in the shirt like this.
What if you get a Dylan Weston jersey?
Then Dylan Weston as Steelers. Then I'm a fucking.
Would you
Steeler.
wear-
I'm not a Steeler.
Would you wear a Steeler jersey with Weston on the back?
No, I'm not a Steeler. I would
Star
wear Dylan
quarterback
Weston
Dylan
starring
Weston.
the guy from Vine.
But here's
Get a Vine jersey.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, then I wear that and it makes sense. But no, that's even worse. If you get a Steelers jersey and you put your own name, fuck you, dude.
Yell it to the camera.
Here's the thing, though. You say you go
was a
to
great
a
tag.
game as you. That as you're dressed now as you.
Yeah.
that's not you. That's an image you're putting out there.
Ooh.
What's the real you?
mean,
What's
it's
the
getting
real?
deep
I mean,
right
let's.
now.
We're
No,
getting
I wear
Jungian
this.
here.
I wear this
I like it.
I
The
sleep
real
in this.
you is that which is reflected to you through others.
You mean like I'm wearing this because I saw someone else with a shirt and I thought it was cool?
No, you're just who you are because who people make you out to be.
Right. Or who I am because who I am.
But who is who you are?
He made a direct choice to make that
What?
button
Okay.
just one
What?
lower
First of
down.
all, what the fuck did you just say?
Who is who you are?
Who are you, Dylan
He's
Lesson?
singing a
I'm
Who
great.
song.
So
was-
Dylan, I honestly don't know. But what I'm saying is, don't wear jerseys ever don't wear jerseys to the game unless you wear them on Tuesday.
Dylan, you are who you are. Why did you decide to spell your name as such? instead
I
of with a
didn't
Y?
decide.
But you're the man who
Okay,
chose to be who
Caruso.
you are.
Okay.
Wait, I want to know what were you just saying?
Who
We're
knows?
talking
You're
about
singing the Who song.
where does the conception of self come from?
Holy moly.
Oh, this
Oh,
is super
yeah. I don't have a conception of myself. It's everyone else's. What do they think? But I like my shirt. I don't like the jersey. I don't wear it. I don't wear.
There's
any
a
other
great
day.
Donovan song called "I Love My Shirt."
There's supposed to be a lack of video feed over there.
Nice. It's fine. He's
Shut down.
No, dude, I know.
All right, that was it.
Good.
Before we end,
Great.
before
Why
we
is Dylan's just stealing the show?
well, before we end, I would like to, because you kind of fascinate me with your lack of awareness of the world around you. So I made up a quiz, and let's all play right now. Will Dylan know the answer to this question?
That is a great. Okay.
Wait, do I answer? Do I
put
try
money
to
on
answer?
this?
Yeah, try to answer.
be honest.
But
Yeah, be
before
honest.
before you answer, everybody makes a guess as to whether you will know this or not.
Then before we start this, hey, these are my peers just literally telling me how fucking stupid I am.
Well, no. Maybe you'll know the answer. What do I know?
good.
Okay, first question. What is the capital of Canada? The entire country.
Who gives a shit? No.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and say
hold up.
that he does know this.
All right. Okay.
I
Ian,
know-
does he know that? Does he know that?
No.
Does he know that?
I'm gonna say yeah.
Does he know that?
Absolutely not.
Does he know that?
Sure.
Do you know it?
Montreal.
Oh, if he
No.
doesn't, so you know.
That was a good guess. Though.
Oh, wait.
Let's give him,
want-
Give him one more.
Vancouver.
No.
No.
That
Alright.
was terrible.
It is a-
You are
it is a-
ready.
Toronto.
Will he pick? How many
Minnetonka.
Canadian cities will he pick?
No. We got 5 more questions.
Okay.
The answer's
We'll be here all
Ottawa, correct?
night. Yes, it is.
Yay!
Yay!
Go ahead.
Another geography. What is the second most populous city in the state of Pennsylvania?
You think he knows it?
Will he know the answer?
Okay.
to this
No.
What was the question?
question? What is the second most populous city
What city has the
Pittsburgh.
second?
in Pennsylvania? And that is the correct
That's
answer.
the correct
I'm not a
You
fucking
think-
idiot, not no major cities.
Let him pick. Let's play
Yeah,
the
now
game.
why don't you quit derailing everything,
didn't
you
know-
asshole?
You asshole.
Okay,
Alright, come
we're
on.
done with
Dylan's
we're
such
done with
an
geography now. What is the Pope's name?
I'm gonna
Not
say
a
no.
fucking chance.
Absolutely
I don't even
not.
know that.
I'm gonna
No.
say that's a stupid ass question. Is what I'm gonna say.
It's a,
That's
my
a fantastic question.
It should be pretty common
I gave him
knowledge.
the benefit of the doubt
I
last
love how
time.
this has turned into a game show for him.
I don't know the Pope's name, like the Pope's Pope name or the Pope's actual name.
According to
Poorly
folklore,
phrased.
The Pope's
First
name.
of all, what do you want to
Either
know? Because I don't know it.
Either one.
Oh wait, Pope, is it Francis?
there.
And you said it was a stupid question.
Well, because you wrote it.
That's my best friend in the whole wide world.
I gave
Yeah.
him this. I
It's
gave
my
him a chance.
sidekick. It's my sidekick.
I gave him a chance
Well,
to.
bro,
Alright, but keep going.
Right.
I like
Appreciate
this.
it.
Because attention's on me. That's
How
good.
many senators in the U.S. Senate?
I'm gonna say.
Well, yeah.
Okay, does he
I'm
know
gonna
it?
say no because it is a tricky question.
Yeah, I don't even know that, man. No,
I'll
no
say
way.
yeah, I think he knows.
No.
Tom-
Definitely yes.
Okay.
You know
He's
what?
got this if he was
You know
paying
it.
attention.
Butler Schools did you well. You know it.
Is it 51 or 52?
Oh goddamn!
How many answers?
All you gotta do is
Like 2 for every state.
2 for every state. So, time. I meant that times 2. What I said. And then,
wrong.
Then
That's still
subtract.
wrong.
Then subtract 4.
Because you're
Which
such
would
a
leave us
national-
with
you're-
which
you're
would leave us with how
global-
many?
What's that?
Which would leave us with how many?
So what's the next question?
100 is the answer.
All right.
All right, last one. Who won the Super Bowl? The last Super Bowl.
Oh. Fucking Seattle Seahawks.
There we go.
I played football for like.
I think Dylan's killing it.
You went from Pope to Senator to who won the Super Bowl?
These are general knowledge questions.
I would know.
I
think in general, Dylan did okay.
3 out of 5. I'm not mistaken. Give Dylan a hand.
Yeah. All right, Dylan.
He passed the pop culture test.
Cheering himself on.
I was just so fascinated that you did not know anything about the Malaysian flight and some other
I'm
stuff.
still fascinated that you watched that. I saw.
But notice that no.
I stopped caring after day 2. Like, oh, we can't find it.
I'm fascinated you sat through a shitty podcast that we did back here last week.
Are we done?
They're dead.
No, it was
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it.
Who cares? They're dead. Well, I mean, not who cares. I mean, people die. That sucks. But like,
People die every day, though, man. The grand scheme of things, like, it's just another thing that happens.
You know what? That actually brings up an excellent point. Current events shit and all comics here. And I have gotten in arguments with people, and everyone's like, "Have a sense of humor. You can make a spin out of everything and find the funny in everything." And then Louis C.K., who's like a huge proponent of that style, and I wish Picard was still.
Yeah, who is this again?
Hey guys, just so you know, I want everyone to know I was on Louis.
Keep that a real thing?
Yeah, I
And
was on
then
Louis.
he freaks the fuck
Season
out
one?
because
No.
TMZ's airing that footage
Whatever the late
a third party
night
took
talk show was on. I was in the audience.
of the
Yeah.
Tracy Morgan.
Morgan.
And it's like,
Oh yeah.
so
was on-
everyone has a line, everyone has a limit, everyone has something that sets them off.
Yeah.
And so, you know, Louis C.K., who's made jokes about, let's see, rape, raping children, child pornography, literally
Dropped the
everything.
N-bomb on his main special, man.
Awesome, great. Thank you for the clarification. The main special, his main special, not any of
Main
those other
bang.
bullshit.
All the other things were just
apples.
appetizers.
But it's like, but that's the thing. It's like you're sitting. I mean, you're saying not the reason that triggered is in my mind is because you're like, you know, not that no one cares about people dying on this flight or whatever, but it's like I don't know. Obviously, that in my head I was like, that obviously is just like Sasson just being sort of like overtly offensive and just sort of like speaking his mind and stuff. But it's like. I don't know. Where does everyone has a line, and it's just like.
Well, I mean, first off, what I said was it's sad when people die. I just felt that CNN took it too far to do 2 months of coverage
Bro,
when
that was
everyone
bullshit. I
agreed
couldn't believe
that the plane
But you
crashed.
watch
They're
it.
turning
A lot
into
more important
where's the
things to
plane,
the
and everyone's like
educated
it
public.
crashed. It's gone. It's done. But yet they had to make 2 months out of nothing because they needed to sell whatever. Now the thing about Louis, which I think is interesting, which asks a bigger question, is the fact of the reason why he's doing that is because he knows the guy and he knows the people that were on the bus, and so it affects him to where if he makes fun of people that he doesn't know and people he has no connection with, so he's like every other person really. It's like, oh, you know, there's no such thing as being offended, but yeah, when it affects your friend, then yeah, he becomes, you know, so.
But that's a double standard, right? It's because
they
I
put
would
the
say that.
humanity into it.
I would say. I mean, that's not what like.
Yeah.
I thought
He
the
knows
same
the
thing.
family, he knows everything.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
He was like, take that.
TMZ's a bunch of fucking.
Wait, what? I didn't watch the video because I
Yeah.
don't care. But what was the what was the video?
Which was
Of the,
It was
a-
apparently, I didn't see it, but apparently, as I read the description of it, it was literally taken by a person moments after on their cell phone, and you heard cries, and you heard, you know, just really, you know, the people in the bus, you know, being mangled, all this kind of stuff. And so, and TMZ put it on because that's their belt-high fastball, that they're scumbags.
Well, they're making their money off
And yeah, but you're right, and you're absolutely right. You bring up a great point that everybody has their line. Everybody when it affects them.
Yeah.
When it's somebody
and
them.
and that's sort of the shitty thing is it's so easy to dismiss so many things that like people will come to you and say like, you know, that makes me feel shitty, and everyone's like, well, whatever. You just need a sense of humor, and it's I don't know. It's not. I don't know.
I honestly,
Louis C.K.
I'm about to get
You're
for
talking
real.
about with Abby
Hold on.
saying she didn't want to take people to shows because she sat there and said that she didn't want because there was people who were not real happy.
I'm
with
not even singling out them.
Yeah.
There's actually been so many incidents that it's not even.
You know how I look at
worthwhile
this shit
singling
with
out.
like that.
Am I responsible
My
for
thing,
this?
I don't care about Louis, and I don't care what he did or what he says. My mom died, so I care more about Tracy Morgan's family
Yeah.
than anything else because I know how that affects people. I don't look at it as like, oh, you know, it's not about who. I don't give a fuck about Louis. What he cares about. No, it's not like that. But I don't care what Louis has to say about it. I don't want people to see that because I want the people to be able to grieve.
But
in
I guess
peace.
the bigger question.
I think you should be able to just grieve in peace.
But there are things that
and-
people still grieve about. There,
And, like,
that
without
aren't even
their
necessarily death or injury that affect people.
But then
people
people,
grieve
then
about.
there's always the thing where people sit there and say every joke has a victim,
Yeah.
and then people talk about
But
well, it's just
like me, because I don't know anything controversial.
What?
What? No, you don't have any plight. Huge difference.
Like, get your dick out of Dylan's mouth so you can see the audience.
Gets laid.
No, and I literally like, I could just feel more bad, honestly, for like the families and stuff because they have to watch that shit go up.
But okay, but in your mind, is anything fair game in comedy because there's always going to be a victim?
Well, I guess like it's comedy, so you're trying to produce laughs.
Yeah.
Like if someone laughs, you can't say, "Hey, he's wrong." You literally can't. You can, but you can't because it's like if someone laughed at it, you're trying to produce laughs. That's what it always goes down to. It's like you're doing comedy ultimately to make people laugh. So if somebody doesn't like it, if there's 4 people in the audience and 2 people laugh and 2 people get offended, are you gonna stop that joke? Because those 2 people are gonna come back and see you.
But where's that laugh coming from? I mean, if it's a cheap ass Holocaust
it
joke,
doesn't matter. It's laugh.
I mean, yeah, it sort of does because the
It
people
depends
who don't
if it
laugh.
does.
I mean, something I've thought of is like the people who need the laughs are the people who are like oppressed and the people who feel shitty when you make a joke like trees and women are idiots.
I agree. Every laugh isn't equal. Every just because you got
So
some
you can
chuckle,
sit there and you can say like, "Here's my rape joke," and I'm going to use this stock cliche bullshit
I think it's all fucking
just to
bullshit.
get a.
The whole like, if you need a rape joke and you need a training joke, and I mean, like, you actually sit like, I just don't understand how like comics like, you actually sit at home like when you're hanging out with your friends. I don't like talk about trannies or I don't talk about rape.
If the subject comes up, you might mention something, but you're
Yeah.
not out there like,
Yeah, I don't
today
understand.
I have to talk about
like, it's
trannies
just
and
funny
rape.
because like you see a lot with like newer comics. It's like I gotta have it's like it's rape because it's like shocking. I need a rape joke. No, you don't.
This is just a big advertisement.
Is there anybody in
for how
Frankfurt that has
difficult
a
clean comedy
has
is?
a rape?
Yeah, dude. I mean, like,
Maybe I
like,
don't.
about
maybe I
like
should.
child, like fucking around with children. I don't know. It's like fine. It's like it's funny, but it's like
That actually
I've
also
heard
goes
it.
back to watching.
Don't
shit
have we
on
all
YouTube,
heard all that shit already?
Is like if you look at that, like one of the like promoted things on YouTube would be those 2-minute Laugh Factory bits, which are national touring comics, and there is still this hack, and it's just this sort of like half-century-old mentality of like the divisiveness between race and men and women, and then everyone's like, well, that's just how the world is. It's like, you're just sort of like, I mean, maybe that's where your laugh's coming from. You're getting these really ignorant laughs, and you could get better laughs.
If you were better,
that's what I
you're
feel.
playing to like, you're
That's the
playing
thing.
for more.
They're
in
just,
general,
honestly, they're
I
just not
feel-
good enough.
I feel
No,
that
guys, but depends who you're fucking playing
you
to.
can get better laughs. You can tell the same joke and make it more. I will actually give you a very personal, very specific. Watch this. You all know the pig joke that I do, right? Like, you got me pig. You got me pig. Well, not months. Like weeks later, another comic in Pittsburgh posted to Facebook a joke about his friend. He's like, I found out my friend likes getting fucked in the ass by women, essentially. Way more wordy.
Is that part of your clean
Way
material, by the way?
And he's like, well, I never had him pegged for that kind of person. And so the difference in the joke is like, when I do it, my intention is like, I'm the target of the joke, and it's sex positive. It's like, yeah, obviously, yes, I do like doing that, and and it's a fine thing, and that's who I am. And anyone else in the crowd who might hear that is like, it's a cool thing, it's fine to be that. This person is taking no shame in that, not deprecating themselves. And then just these slight variations where you're putting it on the second version that I saw this comic do. Which is nowhere near as brilliant as mine.
Doing it again.
It's like, here's another person.
Oh, near all the electrical.
Excuse me. He's saying something profound, and you're going to ruin this gentleman's thousands of dollars in electronics.
We're good, right?
But I think the general point of this entire discussion is humor subjective, man. Whatever makes
No,
you
it's what he's
laugh-
saying is that basically, you know what? If you're gonna, there is good.
It's the
there's
same
good stuff.
joke. It's the same joke. It's the same pun.
Just
it's
try harder.
Two guys.
Try harder.
Both jokes is 2 guys getting fucked in the ass by women. Great. One is sex positive and empowering, and not making
Ian
and
just
not
said he's
belittling
better comment.
anyone else at all ever.
It's just
And the
all
other
bullshit.
and the other one is mocking the entire practice of pegging.
Yeah, it's
Which
just-
whether anyone in this room's opinion on a particular sex act is irrelevant. The fact is, one is embracing and saying it's an okay thing, and just making a cheap pun, and the other is the same cheap pun, but it is othering
Belittling
and it
it.
is belittling. So I mean, you can always get the same joke, the same laugh. This is literally the same joke.
Yeah.
Just all
But
about
there are
the
different ways
context.
to do it, and there are ways that you can eliminate making people feel shitty
Yeah.
and still get the laugh and still get the joke. So whether humor is subjective or not, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, anyone who's not going to laugh at that joke is not going to laugh because it's a stupid, corny, cheesy pun.
Yeah.
And
your
anyone,
joke or
you know,
his
it's the same.
Some comics oddly seem to want to like be offensive or do something offensive. An example I think of right away is there was a comic who lived here and he doesn't live here anymore, and he was really funny, except he was doing this really weird thing where he almost seemed determined that he wanted a joke that had the N-word in it, and every single time he would do it, it would bomb, and he would just move on to another one. And he wouldn't like outright say, "Oh, I'm trying to write a joke like that," but it's just he would do it all the time, and it's just like, what are you doing? You know.
You have other bits. You don't
Well,
have to shock everybody.
there's some people that maybe want to challenge themselves to sit there and say, like, oh, you know, I can write.
This is the white guy, bud.
Yeah, I can write the N-word bit. I'm the guy who can be good enough to do it. And maybe he's challenging himself. I hope I'm trying to make him positive and everything like that. Or sometimes you're just a hack. You're just not good. You're lazy. And then there are people like you're talking about with, and to me, that's what, and you see it, where someone sits there and they just do a standard hack premise, and you're just like, you're not trying.
Does anybody here have a joke with the N-word in it?
I have one that I'd like to work out, but it's an absolute true story, and it's not like it's a instance of where a family member of mine said it, and she's in her 80s.
No, I have enough taboo words for real now, and that I don't.
But it's one of those things where it's one of those things I'm so wary of because I'm like, I don't want to do it for the shock value. I want to do it because it's a funny, true story. But I'm not writing it specifically so I can say the
stories are
N-word.
never funny.
Yeah, never.
Never funny.
That's a true story.
I just have a question. One, it's shitty to steal material from any other comedian, but who's fucking dumb enough to steal material from someone in the same scene as you? You said someone
That
basically.
doesn't really happen that often.
No, that's not the focus at all, and it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
and-
He may have conceived it
Yeah.
ages before. You never know.
He's not
but I'm
saying
saying
it.
my only point is it's the same exact joke done two different ways.
Yeah, he's not
That's
saying you
all I'm
stole
saying.
it.
I know. Stealing
It's just
jokes,
all in the context
that's next
of it.
week.
It really
Stealing
is.
is next week.
Yeah.
Still,
Going back to what Dylan said about like the Tracy Morgan thing.
And jerseys,
Where it's like, yeah, jerseys.
And
Fuck
jerseys.
Tracy Morgan wearing a jersey.
if Tracy Morgan was wearing a jersey, would you say he was deserving of getting
yeah,
Well, no, man.
especially if you had Morgan on the back.
Yeah.
But do we have like fucking people like everybody has a voice now, man, with the way the world is nowadays. Like get on YouTube and you put something up there and somebody's gonna say a shitty comment, especially with the whole video footage of Tracy Morgan. Somebody's gonna say something shitty. It's just the reality. Somebody with an email address. And Dylan just does not give a fuck.
No, if someone says something,
You
if I
can't
had
just say
I'm
everyone
saying-
has a voice, because then that's assuming
Well,
that everyone has an equal voice.
No, it's definitely not equal.
Yeah,
But they have that
definitely.
ability to get on Twitter and say whatever
But
they
they also
want.
have the ability to be dismissed
Wait,
by whoever
why
said
doesn't
it.
everyone have an
Be
equal
ignored.
voice? Oh, well, I know you mean like
Well,
I
some
thought
people-
essentially they do. Like,
Yeah, they do,
Like if
but-
we're all sitting in this room together, it doesn't matter who it is. we
No,
have an
all of
equal
us
voice.
sitting in this room together is a great example of how no one has an equal voice. We all have, as we talked about at the beginning of the podcast, we all have the free time to be here. We all have the financial flexibility to be here. We all
And we're
have a
probably shit.
life in America, in a fairly affluent city that's on the upswing, to just be here and just talk around and talk
where
about
there's
shit that
mics,
doesn't
where
matter.
there's all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If we were in the middle of, even in this country, if we were in the middle of the country, and we would have to drive 4 hours to go to a mic, then yeah, we wouldn't have. Maybe if we had a hotel next door.
And I'm not even going to expand on this because I know it's a big thing for everyone, and everyone wants to pretend that they're the most sensitive, and each one of us knows about the world the most. But
Definitely.
but as far as
I got some head shakes.
you got like 5 out of 6 of those questions. But the point is, the fact of the matter is, when I say that, what I mean is that not every voice is equal. This has been such an issue, and everyone who does comedy, and it goes back to what I was saying, sort of about the Louis thing. It's like they're still ready to dismiss people who are like, well, I'm a woman, I am a woman. Like women, anything that's gendered or racial or based on sexuality or anything like that, it's just like those voices aren't equal because unless you are a member of that group and experience some sort of struggle, you don't know, and it can be easily dismissed. And so many comics, many of whom are middle class, usually straight, white males, you know, can just sort of say, well, you just need to have a better sense of humor, which does go, actually, as a great example, to, you know, that thread that you were talking about. And it's just like, it's not about having a sense of humor. You can, and that's really the point I need. Feel some.
Well, basically, the thing about it is what you're saying is the oppressed can make fun of the powerful cannot make fun
Well, you're
of
talking
them.
about punching up, punching down. And I'm not talking about. No.
Saying
I'm not talking about who.
saying all this on a podcast that hasn't had one black dude or woman on it.
Norlex
I'm
was
not
on
talking
last
about
week.
who
Norlex was
can.
on last week.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Norlex
right,
is
excuse
good
me.
on. Come on.
He's not
He's
that.
both.
He's not that black.
Because black is a cultural thing, right?
World star.
Yo, guys, I'm Puerto Rican.
I mean-
I'm Puerto Rican, and I'm so sick of people making fun of me for being Puerto Rican.
What?
You asshole.
Point is, and this is how it's
Puerto Rican.
degenerates.
My grandma's
is-
really
is
not?
the
Yeah, my
easy
grandma's
thing
one
is
San Juan.
to
That's
deflect
sweet,
it and say, like, oh, it doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. But no, I'm not saying you can or can't say anything. I'm not talking about punching up, punching down, or what you're allowed to do.
I got
Well, I mean, it's but us
I mean,
being
you
lazy.
can
That's
say
the thing. You can't say it, but you better be you have to, like you're talking about your bit where you're talking about your 80-year-old grandma saying the N-word. That better be. You better have the audience on your side.
Oh, yeah.
You better be. And then one thing that a comic had said to me, which is very true in this town, is I was doing bits and I was kind of doing my horrible impersonation of George Carlin, trying to make a point, and he came up to me afterwards and goes, Mike, you're not good enough to do that. You haven't done this for 30 years. The audience isn't with you. You maybe at some point you could be, but you're not good enough yet. And my thing would be with that, after your third comedy album, and maybe after 15 years of being successful and they know you, then maybe you can do that show.
That person is full of shit.
But,
That's why.
so that the point doesn't get lost. I'm not saying who's allowed to say. I'm not trying to police anything here. I'm just saying voices are not equal because it's no big deal. The worst that's going to happen to someone who gets up there and does a rape joke, a race joke, a misogyny joke, a queer bashing joke, transphobic joke, any of that bullshit, the worst they're going to get at worst is, 10 future failed comics sitting around a goddamn mic saying how bullshit they are. That's the worst that can happen to them. All voices are
And
not
then you
equal.
also talk about, well, if it gets a laugh, it's good. In certain audiences, that queer bashing joke, that race joke, that whatever will kill.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so,
That's what I was trying.
but I mean, that's the thing. If you get a laugh, doesn't necessarily mean it's right.
No,
there
no.
are terrible
It's not about
laughs.
right and wrong. It's not
Yeah.
about this dichotomy. It's just saying that.
Well, I view it as
again,
wrong. I view it as
some-
wrong.
Gotcha.
I view it as based. When I sit there and
How many
I'm not
push-ups
saying that I'm
do
the
you guys
greatest,
think
know,
how many
human being in the world.
How
I
many
just know that
push-ups can you do?
But
I haven't done a
asshole.
push-up in like 3 years.
All voices are not half is the point.
So who do we
Everyone
all?
has a voice. but Not all
How many
voices
can
are
you
equal.
do, Dylan, in a row?
Like 75.
Who do we all hate the most in the community? Name names.
Travis Walling.
Besides me, I'm the obvious.
Who do we hate and what?
Yeah, who do
That's
Yeah,
tough.
which-
I was going to
which-
say
Are you,
Who do
are
we
you
hate?
trying to be the new John Winters or like what's going on here?
Who do you hate in this
who
community?
do we all hate the most in the comedy community? Come on, name names.
I legitimately, again,
The
don't
answer is
care.
going to be myself for everyone going around.
I can't
No, dude,
stand
I
that
didn't
man.
actually-
There's no one I don't
Nobody
like.
actually answered that.
Unless you've like confronted me about and you don't like me, I don't care. I don't go and think about not liking someone.
Yeah.
I'm not like, man, who the fuck don't I like?
I don't like Marky Mouse. That guy's a piece of shit.
I go home
Yeah,
and
there's
think
really
about
not that
how I
Marky
don't
Mouse
think people
called
should
me
wear
on Twitter.
jerseys.
There's really not
We don't wear jerseys.
There's really not that many unlikable people in this community. To
Yeah,
be
where's
honest.
Philly Phil at? Everybody gonna be alright with Philly Phil.
Yeah,
I love Philly.
yeah.
I'm down.
Philly Phil is just
I don't. The only way.
makes the best.
You want to talk? Okay,
only-
go back to the first thing when you said, you know why I like Philly? Because you know what? When he gets up in front of that audience and he
He has
does
no
his
idea what
thing,
he's doing.
but the thing is, which is great, is watching the audience sitting there going,
Yeah.
what in the fuck am I watching? That's where I'm in the back going, this is fucking great. That's awesome. That's what. And when I watch you get in front of an audience, I mean, these audiences, they're cool and everything. But I've seen you in front of certain audiences where there has been that suburban housewife who's somehow, like, comedy just fucking happened in front of him, and Ian Insect gets in front of, and you walk right, and I'm just like, I don't even watch you. I watch her, and that's fucking hilarious.
I like what I was saying is like how I like when making people mad. I was a kid that was like in the back of the room in the classroom, and then like the teacher had her phone out. I was the asshole. Was like, "Hey, you have your phone out," and she's just getting mad, and like all the kids are laughing. You know what I mean? I was like, "You can, if you can't have it out, we can't."
Dylan Weston, elementary school.
I was so bad. I had like 10 days out of school.
But I think the main point of it is, at the end of the day, it's going to be subjective. And no matter what you come out and say, no matter what you come out and say, you have to be ready for a repercussion.
Hey, what's more important? What's more important?
She's got the phone.
What's more important is if you have fun on stage or if they laugh.
Yeah, I think that you.
No, for real. What do you guys think? Like, what's more important is like if you walk off like, man, that was fucking exciting, but you didn't really like get them and you didn't laugh at it, but you feel like I enjoyed that. For some reason.
I've seen
because like maybe you made someone mad and made you
At the
feel
end
good.
of the
Like,
day,
I would.
you're supposed to do this because you enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, there shouldn't be any. You shouldn't come in here expecting any kind of retribution for what you do. You shouldn't expect to get paid. You shouldn't expect people to like you. Go up there and do it because you thoroughly enjoy trying
But you know
to
the
make people
problem
laugh.
is that you do get in front of certain audiences where you get in, you're going out into the suburbs, you're getting paid, and you do sit there and you're looking at an audience of people in their 50s and 60s, and you're sitting there going, you know what, if I do the stuff that necessarily made me feel good at Lava Lounge in front of nobody, I am going to get fucking crickets.
Yeah.
And so then you do kind of have to be a pro, and you do have to have your 20 or 30, whatever they promised you of material that you know works.
Yeah.
And so and you know what? That's the difference. I mean, sometimes
Are you going up to do this to make people laugh, or are you going up to like? I do it. I used to.
Neither
Like,
of those things matter. What Sasson said is correct.
Fuck you.
This is the one fucking frontier. If you're like a musician or a dancer or
Hungry as fuck.
an author, it's like you can't just be like, I do this. Maybe if you're a writer, you can get away with like, I do this for me. But most things require like study, practice, skill, all this. This is the last respite for people who think they're creative. So all that bullshit of like going up there trying to get a laugh or going up there because you believe in yourself or because you enjoy it, all that's bullshit. If you're willing to go up there and eat it, or if you're willing to go up there and say, I have to do this professional 20-minute, that is the mark of someone who should be doing this.
Yeah.
The rest of it's bullshit, and the market's flooded with people who are funny in front of their friends, or people who have to get something off their chest, or
you gotta get drunk
who have it
before
on
you
their
go up.
bucket
Yeah.
list. And it's just a bunch of fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
and,
man.
and it's such a wide range, and it's a fucking open mic.
As I said, that's the thing about open mics is you can go up there and pretty much say whatever you want because at the end of the day, you're not going to hurt anybody except yourself. I mean, you might piss off your host, you might piss off comics before or after you, but if you're going to get paid to do it, like Mike said, yeah, there's a certain expectation you have to reach.
I mean, that's when you're.
You have to.
Yeah, when
You're
you're
getting-
paid. If someone's
Somebody's
paying you
paying
X,
you for a service.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you meet up to that expectation. But you're coming here doing open mics, go up there and say whatever the fuck you want. Just be ready for what happens
And take
afterward.
5 minutes from someone else who could
Yeah,
actually
don't,
use it.
yeah. Honestly, don't do that. Don't come to my mic. And do
Don't
that,
come to Dylan's
actually.
mic.
Thank
Don't
you,
come to
Dylan.
my mic.
Thank you.
And we've had it before. Just like come to my mic for sure, but just in the crowd. Because
that
like
guy
he,
who was
just like he
fucking
came in here, he
wasted.
literally was like wasted, and then he's like my buddy.
Jarhead?
Yeah, my buddy told me
I wasn't even thinking of Jarhead.
Monday
Like,
nights,
I was
fucking you guys have comedy. He just went on stage and just he like, especially if you've been doing this for a little bit and you like worked clubs and it's fucking like we work at this.
There's a huge difference between people who go up there for the fuck of it and people who are actually up there to try to hone their
Well,
craft
that's exactly
and
what
make
we're
themselves
saying.
better.
Like, don't
that guy
come
comes
to my
back
mic.
here, you're going to tell him straight up, you're not going up there, you're an asshole.
No, I'm gonna be like, are you good? Like you can go up. You're
Last or something.
Well, yeah, but like it was just like I don't know. My buddy said, just do it. I was just fucking go. And he went up there and didn't do anything.
No, he just went up there and was just drunk and thought he was
and
funny.
just literally talking. He's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing up here. And I'm like, then don't come.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
All right,
There you go.
Thank God. We got
I think that's the
lights.
official. Yeah.
I'm so pissed I didn't derail this better.
No, man, you were
Asshole.
quiet.
No,
actually.
you suck.
Yeah.
There's still time.
There's that. You derailed it. Good.
All right, guys, start talking. I'm gonna.
We got.
Well,
You suck. You suck. Shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna go to one camera and get everyone's Twitters. I think that's a smart choice before we wrap up. All right.
I had mine for Meredith. I was like, at Dylan_West, obviously.
Obviously,
I can get
it's
this
obvious.
off.
if
You're
you're
not
on the fucking
following
Twitter
him. Why are
following.
you even watching?
Obviously, I mean, like we need my followers, the guys that are going to watch the show.
Dylan _ obviously
Weston.
Weston.
You guys know.
Yeah. You already know. Why are you plugging things people already know?
At Travis Whaling, WHALING.
If you're watching this podcast and you don't already know my Twitter, babies, we undoing another button?
Yeah,
Do it. Oh, you.
Yo, become a part of the swarm. Follow Ian Insect.
You really going with it?
Are you really doing that?
Seriously?
Hashtag, baby.
I would.
Wait a minute. That came from you?
Yeah. Ian
Okay,
Insect?
come to like more than a half dozen mics.
That guy from The Wire.
At Chris Chin's
He does it with,
Chin
like,
like the
Avon
body
Marston.
part. CENIO.
I'm not that good looking.
At B Massive Show. You don't know me. You're not gonna follow.
At Marky Nos Comedy, NAAS, all one word.
Let's be honest. Fuck Twitter. You don't care.
No, it's, let's be honest, they don't
They don't care about
'cause it's
you. At Mike Sasson, SASSON.
Yeah.
It's on there.
At
You
Dylan
untalented
_
fuck. At untalented fuck.
Why can't I just get to my... We don't need to get to
Look at my
Nailed it.
At look at my cock.
At Naked
You
Body.
did it.
At least some talent. So hungry. So hungry. So hungry. Okay, guys, that's a spot.